everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
Hey everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at day 2 of our story called The Rocking Horse Winner. And the vocabulary words are annually.
Annually.
This special event is held annually.
Luxury.
Luxury.
The home was filled with luxuries like fancy carpets and door handles made of gold. Wow.
Anxious.
Anxious.
I'm very anxious about tomorrow's interview.
It's okay, you'll do great. You'll do great.
I know.
Reluctant.
Reluctant.
Jim's parents were reluctant to let him stay out at night.
Collapse.
Collapse.
Sasha collapsed on her bed the minute she got home.
What was her name? Sasha. Okay, so the rocking horse, what's this thing called? The rocking horse winner?
That's right, I think.
Something like that, right? So there's a rocking horse, and actually this boy who's very lucky, he wanted the rocking horse to bring him where the luck is.
Yes.
And actually it really did happen, right? So he's been placing bets on horses, and these horses have been winning, right?
So he is a very lucky person, right?
And we left off, he's going to give the money to his mom. So he wants to try to be careful.
Because mommy wouldn't want to take his money if she knew that he was gambling, right?
Right. And also, I think they're also afraid that maybe she'll spend all the money.
No,
so they're going to give her like $1,000 each year, maybe for 5 years.
So he went to the lawyer.
Right.
Actually, the lawyer gave the mom the money annually. So it's like £1,000 per year or something, right?
She wanted it all.
She said, give me all the money.
Give me all the money.
Now.
And then she just spent it on luxurious things. And so, of course, Paul, he's going to start feeling really anxious because he feels like
they have no money.
Yeah, because he keeps making all this money, but then his mom keeps spending it, so he doesn't know what to do.
He's like, I gotta win more.
And his mom's like, okay, why don't we go to the seaside? He's like, oh, I can't. I want to go bet on the horses.
And the mommy said, okay.
So she let him. And then one day, he's on the rocking horse, and he's yelling the name of the horse, like Maribel.
And then all of a sudden, he collapsed. Boom.
So, what do you think's going to happen to Paul?
Was he okay? Sick? Was he just, tired?
He was just tired. Maybe he was hungry. I don't know. I guess we need to read to find out.
Okay, let's read and find out. It's quite exciting. Enjoy.
The Rocking Horse Winner.
Uncle Oscar gave the £5,000 to a lawyer and instructed him to give Paul's mother £1,000 annually. But when the first £1,000 came, she went to the lawyer and asked for the rest of the money, which she immediately spent on expensive luxuries.
Welcome to Live Interactive English Magazine. Today's lesson is called The Rocking Horse Winner, Day 2. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. And yesterday we learned that Paul's family was short of money. They were spending their money trying to look like they were wealthy, but they really weren't. His parents had low-income jobs, or jobs that didn't pay him very much. So Paul got a sense of this, and he started to think, what can I do to help mom and dad? Then his family and his gardener introduced him to gambling.
Gambling. And then the money started to roll in. Before the break, Paul, he hadn't gone to the track to bet on the horses, but through his uncle Oscar, he had bet on horses, and he had won £5,000.
Actually, Oscar took him to the track, so Oscar's kind of doing the wrong thing here.
Can Paul, a young kid, actually go to the track?
I don't. Maybe this is in the past.
Anyways, one way or another, Uncle Oscar gave the £5,000 to a lawyer and instructed him to give Paul's mother £1,000 annually.
That's right. Paul didn't want his mother to know that the money came from
gambling. Hey, Mom, here's £5,000.
That's right.
Where did you get that? Gambling. That wouldn't have worked out well.
It's interesting that Uncle Oscar doesn't worry about the mother finding out about Paul's gambling as much as Paul worries about his mother finding out about his gambling.
Yeah, and they've got to do something about this Gardner Bassett.
True.
Okay, he's really not a good guy.
If you're trying to save money around your home, fire your gardener.
Yeah, why do they... Remember, they want to live the high life.
Oh, that's
apparently,
right.
you got to have a gardener to keep up
they're out
appearances
there,
or something.
people will know they don't have as much money. All right, well,
Anyways.
it's all about getting money to the family and trying to do it secretly so they don't find out Paul has been betting on racehorses. So let's see what happens, shall we?
Oh, before we move on, though, we do have the word annually to talk about. If something happens annually, it happens
every year. That's it. It happens every year. Your birthday happens annually. Christmas, Chinese New Year, all of these things happen every year, once a year, annually. For example, this special event is held annually. Is it a Thanksgiving Day dinner, a Halloween party, a summer sale? All of those things also happen annually.
Anyways, more on this lawyer who's going
yes.
to hand out the money or disperse this money.
Slowly.
But when the first £1,000 came,
Yeah.
she went to the lawyer and asked for the rest of the money, which she immediately spent on expensive luxuries. Mom, what are you doing? Anyways, here, let's talk about luxuries. Here, when we're talking about luxuries, we're talking about fine and expensive items that you do not need. Yeah, that platinum watch there, Mike, that's a luxury. This Casio works just as well. Okay? For example, the home was filled with luxuries like fancy carpets and door handles made of gold.
Ooh.
What is this, Trump Tower?
Wow.
Gosh. Anyways, folks, let's go ahead and take a break. But don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们在第一天的故事读到 ，Paul 觉得自己是一个幸运的人，他选的马都会赢。那舅舅带他去看赛马的时候，也亲眼见证这一件事。Paul 想要把他赢来的5000英镑送给妈妈，可是又不想让妈妈知道是他给的。于是舅舅 Oscar 就把那个5000英镑交给一名律师，要他每一年给 Paul 的妈妈1000英镑。不过我们都知道 Paul 的爸妈想过着气派的生活，他们想要有很多钱来撑场面。当妈妈第一次拿到那1000英镑的时候，就跑去找律师要走剩下的钱，还立刻把那些钱都花在昂贵的奢侈品上面哦。好，这边有2个单字 annually 是副词，它表示1年1次的或者是每年的。那它的形容词是 annual 就是形容1年1次的或者是每年的。至于 luxury 它当可数名词是指奢侈品，当不可数名词就表示奢华或是奢侈。接回到课文中。
The Rocking Horse Winner.
Paul was growing extremely anxious. He felt he had to win more money. His mother noticed the change in him and offered to take him on a trip to the seaside, but he begged her to let him go after the Derby race. Though reluctant to do so, she agreed.
Uncle Oscar had set it all up. He took the £5,000
Yep.
Paul had won, gave it to a lawyer. Told the lawyer, hey, don't give it to these people all at once. Give them £1,000 every year, which is great.
Make the money last.
Until Paul's mom,
Yeah.
she gets the $1,000, the first £1,000, not dollars, I should say. We're not talking about dollars, pounds. She gets the first £1,000, and then she goes to the lawyer, demands the rest,
Show them
and
the
then
money.
spends it all.
That's right. She's like the person who gets their first job, gets their first paycheck, and then goes out and blows it on candy and comic books, thinking, oh, there's going to be tons of money for the rest of my life, like water coming out of a tap, until they realize it doesn't work that way. You gotta save for a rainy day. Spend carefully. Well, Paul, of course, is seeing his parents throwing their money away on luxuries and other useless things. So it says Paul, poor young Paul, was growing extremely anxious, and he felt he had to win more money. That's right, as a young kid, he's taking all of his family's problems on his own shoulders. And of course, for any person, trying to solve your family's complicated money problems would make you feel anxious. Imagine how it is for a kid. If you're anxious, this adjective means you're worried, you're stressed out. There's a lot of problems on your mind. You don't feel like you're dealing with it. You feel like everything's just getting too much. You might have trouble sleeping. You might have an upset stomach all the time. But basically, you're really nervous and stressed out. For example, I'm very anxious about tomorrow's interview, job interviews, speeches, big tests. things like that can make people anxious as well as money worries.
Anyways, anxiety is a big issue, okay? It can change you. It can be bad for your health. And yes, apparently, the anxiety, okay, that Paul was feeling started to change him. And yes, his mother noticed the change in him and offered to take him on a trip to the seaside. But he begged her to let him go after the Derby race. So yeah, we can go, but I want to go to the Derby race first. And though reluctant to do so, she agreed. Now, here is one of my favorite words in the English language. Reluctant. It just sounds really nice. Reluctant. Now, it's an adjective, and yes, if you are reluctant, you don't want to do something. You act as though you don't want to do that thing. When someone asks you to do that thing, you hesitate. You act like, I don't really want to do that thing. For example, Jim's parents were reluctant to let him stay out at night.
Ah, okay. They would be eager to let him stay out if they really wanted him to, but they don't. They're worried they don't want him to.
They don't want him to do that.
Reluctant.
Anyways,
sensible.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
You weren't reluctant to go on break.
Paul 很幸运，他去看赛马赢了5000英镑，那些钱一下子就被他败家的妈妈给花光了。那现在 Paul 变得很焦虑，他觉得自己要赢更多的钱给妈妈用。这边有一个单字是 anxious， 它是形容焦虑的、渴望的或是急切的。那它的名词是 anxiety，anxiety 表示焦虑。那刚刚 Mike 老师在解释单字时，他有提到 stressed out。stressed out 这个用语可以表达焦虑不安的或是感到有压力的。好，故事接着提到 Paul 的妈妈有注意到他的改变，那就提议说要带他去海边旅行放松一下。Paul 就拜托妈妈说，可不可以等到德比大赛结束后再去啊？那听到 Paul 这么说，虽然妈妈心里不愿意，可是还是同意了。好，单字 reluctant 它是形容词，形容不情愿的或是勉强的。我们常常用 be reluctant to 加上原形动词来表达不情愿做某事，不想做某事。接回到课文中。
The Rocking Horse Winner.
2 days before the Derby, the mother came home to find Paul frantically riding his rocking horse.
Malabar.
He shouted before collapsing to the floor. Malabar was the name of a racehorse, and Bassett and Uncle Oscar both placed high bets on the horse. Paul was ill, but he was very happy when Bassett told him he'd won 80,000 pounds.
Mother, did I ever tell you? I am lucky,
said Paul. No, you never did, she replied. That very night, he succumbed to his illness. In the end, he gave his life trying to win his mother's love in the only way he could.
Mike, 2 words. The Derby.
Yes, the Derby. Well, actually, since it's England, it's sometimes pronounced the Derby, because English people are weird.
Did you like my bad English accent from before the break?
I did.
Let's get into the Derby.
Derby, yes. Okay, so this is a big horse race. Paul really wants to go, even though he's worried about money, but he feels that at the Derby or the horse race, he has a chance of winning lots of money for his family. So his mother agrees to go with him. Again, not good parenting. Anyways, back to the article. It says 2 days before the Derby, the mother came home to find Paul frantically riding his rocking horse. This is the rocking horse that he rides to have his visions of who is going to win the race and who is going to win Malabar.
Malabar!
Thank you.
But then he had a nervous breakdown.
That's right. He shouted Malabar, he shouted, before collapsing, boom, to the floor. This is extremely distressing and worrying for anyone.
I wasn't joking. He screams this, and then he has a nervous breakdown, or he collapses because of his nerves.
Exactly. Whatever the reason is, we know that he collapsed, and this is obviously a bad thing for a person to do. To collapse is basically to fall down. Now, a building might collapse if it's made badly or there's a big earthquake, but if a person collapses, they've fainted, they've passed out, they've They've died, possibly. Who knows? But they were standing up, and then boom, all of a sudden they fell down. Not a good situation. For example, Sasha collapsed on her bed the minute she got home. Hopefully that was just from being super tired. But again,
Sasha didn't have a nervous breakdown.
No.
Anyways, Malabar. Malabar was the name of a racehorse, and Bassett, the gardener, and Uncle Oscar both placed high bets on the horse.
They don't care about Paul.
Yeah, they don't care about Paul. And where did Bassett get the money? He's a gardener. Anyways, Paul was ill, but he was very happy when Bassett told him he'd won 80,000 pounds.
That's a lot of money even today, and this story is from a while ago. That would have been like hundreds of thousands, maybe close to $1 million these days. Wow. So Paul is still recovering after collapsing, but he says, "Mother, did I ever tell you I am lucky?" said Paul.
"No, you never did," she replied. And then that very night, he got better.
Oh, that's
No, he didn't. That very night, he died. He succumbed or gave in to his illness.
Get out of here.
The nervous breakdown killed him.
Oh, and all that rocking on the rocking horse, too, and the stress, the anxiety that he felt. So in the end, Paul, he gave his life trying to win his mother's love in the only way he could. But of course, his mother's wasteful spending drove him to an early grave.
And where was Paul's father in all of this?
He was shopping.
All the time?
The whole time.
The whole time.
That's right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it for our story, but Mike and I aren't through. We still have a question to ask and then answer the "what do you think" question. Mike, do you think it was okay for Bassett and Uncle Oscar to include Paul in their gambling plans?
What kind of crazy question is that? It wasn't okay. Of course not. I think any adult who gets a child involved in gambling is wrong. And of course it led to Paul's untimely death. I think they should both feel very, very bad about what they did. But from what we've read, they're probably just spending their money.
Yeah, they're fabulously wealthy and happy.
These
What
are not
terrible,
nice people.
terrible people.
Yeah.
All right, folks, with that's it for our lesson. And it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Don't gamble.
Poor Paul.
Poor Paul.
德比大赛是当时英国奖金最高的赛马比赛。那 Paul 想要等到比赛过后再跟妈妈去海边旅行。好，就在德比大赛2天前，妈妈回到家发现 Paul 他疯狂的骑着木马，然后他一喊完 Malabar 就倒在地上了。好，这边有一个单字 collapse。collapse 当动词表示昏倒啊，或是突然倒下，通常是因为生病或者是疲倦。它还可以指崩溃。那么刚刚 Jeff 老师说 Paul 他精神崩溃了，他说 He has a nervous breakdown。breakdown 这个名词它有瓦解或是衰弱的语义 ，nervous breakdown 就表示精神崩溃啊，或者是神经衰弱。好，课文提到。Paul 大喊的那个 Malabar 就是一匹赛马的名字，舅舅跟园丁都在那一匹马上面下了很高额的赌注。那即使 Paul 他生病了，可是当园丁告诉他说他赢了8万英镑的时候，他非常高兴，因为他可以证明自己超级幸运，可以得到妈妈的认同跟关爱。可是就在那天晚上 ，Paul 就因病过世了。好，补充单字 succumb。succumb 字尾的 b 不发音，它是动词，表示屈服或是死亡。那之后常常会接 to 再加名词，像文中的 succumb to his illness 就表示因病过世。好，最后补充一下 ，Mike 老师认为舅舅跟园丁带 Paul 去赌博，这是不对的行为，这也导致他英年早逝。那老师说 ，it led to Paul's untimely death， 老师用的 untimely 就是用来形容过早的、不适时的、不合时宜的。好了，那么以上是这些讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny。在今天的课程中，我们要介绍3个文法重点。第一个是分词构句的用法，第二个是副词片语 in the end 的意思。第3个是 give one's life 的用法。 首先，我们来学习分词构句的用法。以连接词连接两个子句时，如果两个子句的主词相同，可以删除其中一个主词及连接词，再将动词改成分词的形式。那主动或进行的时候，我们就用现在分词；被动的时候就用过去分词。如果想要让文意表达更清楚，也可以保留连接词。举例来说 ，Although it is small, the apartment is quite expensive. 虽然这间公寓很小，但它相当昂贵。那句中的 it 就是指 the apartment。我们可以删掉相同的主词 it， 将 is 改成现在分词 being， 再将 being 省略，只保留连接词 although， 就会形成分词构句。Although small, the apartment is quite expensive。接下来，我们来学习副词片语 in the end 的意思。第一种是表达最后、最终，那么意思就相当于 finally。例如 ，In the end, he admitted his mistakes and apologized to us。他最后终于承认自己的过错，并向我们道歉。第二种是表达总归来说，到头来。例如 ，She thought about studying abroad, but in the end, she gave up the idea。她有思考过要出国念书，不过到头来她还是放弃那个想法了。最后，我们来学习 give one's life 的用法。give one's life 表示付出生命、牺牲生命，后面可以接动词 ing， 或者是先接 for 再加人或事物。例如 Those soldiers gave their lives for their country。那些士兵为了国家牺牲生命。再看个例句 The man gave his life protecting his wife。那一名男子为了保护妻子而牺牲了生命。以上是节重点整理，我们下次见喽 ！See you next time. Bye.
欢迎收看《就爱讲英文》，
我是悠悠，
我是 Jay。
对，大家开同学会的时候会好久不见，有没有？都会说，哎呀 ，long time no see 了。可是这还有什么其他说法
？Long time no see 已经用到烂掉啦，
是
对，所以我们来教一些这个比较不一样的用法
好
哈。
久不见。
你可以说 It's been， 然后后面加上一段时间。
It's been 什么东西
比如说 It's been a long time。
？It's been a long time。
就好久没见了。比如说我们3年没见了，怎么说啊 ？It's been more than 3 years。
It's been more than 3 years。
对，
一定要3 years 吗？
你也可以再多一点啊。
It's been more than 100 years。
怎么可能？阿飘跟阿飘见面，
我上一辈子跟你啊，
more than OK，
对不对？
好，那还有呢？你可以说，哎，瞧瞧这是谁呀？哎呀 ，Look who it is！Look who it is！ 对
Look who it
对，
is。
意思就是，哎，你看看这不是谁谁谁吗？哈，或者是 Is that 什么什么人这样？哦 ，Is that yo yo？ 哦，这样 I can't believe it's you。
I can't believe it's you。
对，也没想到真的是你耶。
不然呢？哎，对，可是你知道，有时候也是要附和一下，附和一下，
对，
附和一下，
对，
好久不见，真的，
真的，那你
怎么说？
你就 Yeah， 就是 Yeah，it's been ages。
It's been ages。
好久 It's been far too long。
It's been far too long。
然后呢，这边跟大家补充一下啊 ，It's been ages, It's been a long time, It's been 3 years， 不管哦，后面呢都可以再加上一个 Since I last saw you。
哦，
自从我上一次见到你，或者 Since we last met。
Since
we last met。
哦 ，Since we last met。
对，所以呢
对
，since 后面加个时间点。
OK
啊，我加个句子都可以啊，所以我们要 since last year, since 2001, since graduation, blah 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 都可以。所以呢，整个句子起来就会想 It's been so long since we graduated, hasn't it? It's been so long since we graduated, hasn't it? 对
It's been so long since we graduated, hasn't it?
对，然后后
我
面那
们幼稚
个
园毕业之后就没看过了，是吗？
对对，那个 hasn't it 就是一个附加的问句，不得不感叹时间好快好快啊
Oh my God!
！Time flies, time flies 就是啊，我的老天鹅，这个时间过好快哦。
是，赶快来看我们的
Live action.
Oh my gosh! Look, who it is?
Is that you, Yo-Yo? I can't believe it.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been ages.
Yeah, It's been so long since we graduated, hasn't it?
Yes, it has been. It's been what, 5 years since I last saw you?
That's right. Oh my god. Time flies.
Time flies.
孙悦叔叔，再见哦。
我是你们的好朋友。